Then welcome guys to another top 10 magical overpowered enemy series. I hope you all enjoy the video.
Written and thought out overpowered magic user can really make an average anime into something great.
知らねえか互いに手を伸ばすんだろう楽させ止まれな
Welcome back to Animeology. We've collected a list of our absolute favorite overpowered magic-enabled anime characters. We'll be focusing on the characters themselves, but we definitely recommend you check out the animes they're from.
Number 10 Subitachiya.
Regular at Magic High School. An absolutely brilliant anime series with one of the greatest characters heading it up. The Irregular at Magic High School has one of the coolest approaches to the magic that we have ever seen in anime. Magic is more of a blend of technology more than fantasy, with magic being used in a number of different fields, even medicine. We follow Shiba Tatsuya, living with his younger sister in Tokyo and attending an elite magical academy. An athletic young man with deep-set blue eyes and black hair. He isn't the greatest looking, but certainly very handsome. Very quiet and stoic, never revealing confusion or excitement. His true strength lies with just how intelligent and analytical Shiba Tatsuya really is, able to immediately identify and analyze situations. Due to some insane magical procedures, Tatsuya actually lacks the ability to feel strong emotions such as fear, despair, envy, hatred, disgust, gluttony, lust, sloth, and love. Except for the love for his little sister, of course. An insane anime series that really pushes the limits of intense storytelling and engaging world building. Armed with nothing but his quick thinking and his awesome magic powered gun, the journey of Shiba Tatsuya is one that you do not want to miss out on.
Number 9 Diablo.
How not to summon a demon lord.
そんな奴が存在するはずがない殺せエクシプロージョン
We follow a complete loner that is one day transported into the virtual world of his favorite video game. He shows up as his own in-game character, the Demon Lord Diablo. He was summoned there by two young girls that attempt to make him their servant, but because of a magic ring he's wearing, the two girls become his servant instead. In real life, our MC has serious social anxiety. He's a complete shut-in that absolutely hates interacting with other people. He is stuck in this fantasy realm, but he is able to make use of his insanely overpowered character and unrivaled knowledge of this game world. His character, Diablo, is unbelievably overpowered. With a huge range of skills and abilities, he's able to wipe away other high-level paladins and fighters with literally no effort whatsoever. Diablo also has a crazy amount of spells at his disposal. Fire, lightning, and a complete mastery of the dark arts. You do not want to get on the bad side of Diablo.
Number 8 Rimuru
That time I got
Tempest.
reincarnated as a slime. One of the biggest anime out right now, Rimuru is the lead character and is easily one of the most powerful magic users across all of anime. Initially arriving in this isekai world as a blue slime, slowly morphing into a demon slime, silver with streaks of gold. It was only a matter of time until this slime began to morph and emulate the creatures around it, growing over time and imitating larger creatures until we see Rimuru mimic an actual human child. With blue-silver hair, the small childlike appearance of Rimuru Tempest should not fool you, because this slime is an insanely overpowered magic user. Very kind and quirky, laid back and relaxed, Rimuru looks to avoid any sort of drama and unnecessary difficult situations. However, when things get tough, Rimuru definitely tends to panic and overreact, but this shows just how much he cares for them, getting extremely worried as opposed to his usual cheerful self. When Rimuru accesses his real rage and anger, you really need to watch out.
Number 7 Yu Tezuka the Salad.
Charlotte is an absolutely brilliant anime series that surrounds the first-year transfer student Yu Otasuka. Yu actually has the ability to temporarily possess a person for 5 seconds. However, it's later revealed that his actual ability is stealing the abilities of the ability user he possesses. As you can imagine, this makes you insanely overpowered, and he later becomes known as the One-Eyed Grim Reaper, and is easily one of the most powerful beings in all of Charlotte and possibly all of anime. Yu is a pretty good looking boy, with dark brown hair and maroon eyes. He starts off as selfish, arrogant, and narcissistic, and constantly misuses his powerful magical abilities. He's actually an insanely lazy student and uses his abilities to cheat and achieve good grades. He's naturally intelligent but unbelievably lazy. A pretty original and interesting MC that we love catching up with.
Number 6. Overload.
One of the greatest modern isekai series, Overlord is an absolute classic and a definite must-watch, with Ain't Ul Gaon, the lead character, reflecting some of the most insane magic powers that we have ever seen across anime. Formerly known as Momonga, Ain't Ul Gaon is considered one of the most powerful supreme beings in the entire world, given the title of Sorcerer King and known as one of the most powerful magic users in the whole world, as well as one of the most powerful adventurers. A pretty huge skeletal figure that dresses pretty menacingly. Most around are able to instantly identify the Overlord when he arrives. Ain't is generally a very cautious and stingy person, looking to plan ahead and control things to avoid any kind of unexpected events. Very cold and calculating with the repressed emotions, happy to lie and provoke his enemies, whatever it takes to give him an upper hand. Using cheap tricks and happy to even brainwash and kill people, although a very loyal and faithful friend that his loved ones and followers can really depend on.
Number 5. Alucard. Hellsing.
Hellsing Ultimate is a series that is very well known for its scary and horrific imagery as well as its insane level of violence. But we don't really get a sense of just how violent Hellsing can be until we see Alucard really letting loose in the iconic London massacre scene. Alucard finally reveals his true levels of power after the Nazis, Ku Klux Klan, and Church think they can bring him down. The vampire lord seems cornered but unleashes himself and consumes a huge portion of the enemy soldiers and turns them into mindless soldiers that begin fighting for him. Tortured souls, flaming horsemen, and demonic entities run wild as we begin to see the London streets filling with literal rivers of blood. Absolutely stylish, unbelievably brutal, and insanely savage. Hellsing Ultimate is easily one of the greatest anime series of all time, and with Alucard, the most powerful vampire out there and easily one of the most powerful characters in the entire series.
Number 4. Natsu Dragneel. Fairy Tail.
Fairy Tail may not be making big news like it did when it was first released, but its well written and interesting characters really set it apart from most other animes that were out there at the time. Natsu Dragneel is easily one of the greatest and most insane characters out of the original Fairy Tail series, serving as a mage and actually dying 400 years ago but was revived by his brother. Natsu's actually one of the 5 ultra elite dragon slayers that was sent to the future from 400 years in the past in order to sway the tides of war. A young and muscular man with spiky pink hair, covered in scars from his many epic battles. It's clear to see that you do not want to mess with Natsu. Very carefree and reckless, Natsu's actually insanely loyal and protective of his loved ones, willing to put his life on the line and sacrifice it all for those around him, never holding a grudge or keeping bad blood. With some crazy magical powers to back up his attitude, Natsu Dragneel is the reason you watch Fairy Tail.
Number 3. Arnachi Machi Bellier. Knights and Magic.
Also known as Eru, this is the lead protagonist from the classic Knights and Magic series and is easily one of the most insanely powerful magic users we have ever seen in an anime series. Extremely passionate and basically obsessed with creating robots and the powerful mecha silhouette knights that we find throughout the Knights and Magic universe, with a constant thirst for knowledge and improving himself. Throughout the series, we see Ernesti care deeply for his friends, Addie and Kid. Although starting life as a professional programmer before being reborn into this isekai world, Ernesti has an insane grasp for both magic and technology, making some crazy inventions and getting into all sorts of adventures across the fantasy kingdom of Fremavilla, facing off and fighting these horrible creatures known as demon beasts. Using a combination of his exceptional magical abilities as well as his impressive mecha skills. Join Ernesti on his journey to pilot his very own silhouette knight.
Number 2. Rainer Lut.
Legend of the Legendary Heroes. An absolutely fantastic anime series set across the magical kingdom. We follow the extremely lazy Rainer Lut as he sets off across the kingdom on the hunt for the relics of a legendary hero, in a desperate attempt to stop the ongoing war and the deadly curse that is rapidly spreading across the entire continent. Rainer is an insanely powerful being with the ability to copy and use any magic that he sees, slowly getting the name of the deadliest magician of Roland. He keeps to himself as he does not want to harm or cause sadness to anyone around him. A dedicated and loyal friend and lover, Rainer has slowly come to terms with the fact that he is actually a monster, with one of the earliest memories of him waking up on the battlefield. With a rough life throughout, his life is almost over when he uses his strong magical powers and manages to save those around him. Things definitely get darker with the life of Rainer Lut, but these are serious spoilers that we are not willing to get into. The Legend of the Legendary Heroes is a brilliant anime series that we definitely recommend you check out for yourself.
Number 1. Merlin. 7 Deadly Sins.
自己死ならば致し方ないでしょうな。
走れ。私はまだ捕まるわけには。
The world of 7 Deadly Sins has some incredibly powerful and impressive magic users across it, but Merlin is considered the greatest mage in all of Britannia. She uses a powerful magical artifact, a sacred treasure known as Aldan. This powerful floating orb that Merlin can summon whenever she wants and uses together with her spells and her inherent power. Even her name, Merlin, is a fake name as her true name cannot be pronounced by humans. Merlin is a slim and attractive woman, extremely tall with 3 marks below her right eye, often seen wearing a fur-collared suit with black shoulder-length hair. Merlin generally appears to be a very playful and friendly character, although she is insanely strong and can easily wipe out entire armies with a flick of her wrist. She does like to play around and enjoys mocking and challenging those around her, especially her apprentice Vivian, a very calm and passive woman that rarely loses her cool. Unbelievably mysterious, we couldn't wait through every single episode to slowly learn more and more about this absolutely awesome and insanely overpowered magic user.